This is Inside Indiana Business Radio for the morning of Monday, August 26th, 2024. I'm Alex Brown. AES Indiana says it is on track to fully transition away from coal at its Petersburg generating station in Pike County in 2026. The move comes as the state faces increasing energy demand from data centers and semiconductor plants. AES Indiana President Brandy Davis Handy.
Many of these data centers aren't going to go online overnight. And so the key for the utilities to be prepared for this sort of growth is planning. This is new for all of us. The reality is the electric grid is the backbone of our state and our nation's economy. I think that there's an opportunity for historic growth for our company, historic growth for the state of Indiana.
If all goes to schedule, the huge power plant will convert to natural gas by the end of 2026. The University of Evansville and Toyota Indiana on Friday announced a new partnership for the university to lead the automaker's Driving Possibilities initiative. First announced 1 year ago, the initiative aims to prepare students in Southwest Indiana for future STEM careers. Evansville-based commercial real estate firm SVN The Martin Group has acquired Summit Real Estate Services, also headquartered in Evansville. Financial terms of the deal are not being disclosed, though all 9 Summit employees are being retained following the acquisition. From the number one source for Indiana business news, this is Inside Indiana Business Radio.
IBJ Media, Inside Indiana Business, and the Indiana Economic Development Corporation invite you to the Engage Indiana series, presented by CareSource, Indiana University, and Old National Bank. With an unrelenting focus on growing Indiana's economy, we'll dive into each region's unique challenges and distinct opportunities for growth. 9 regions, 1 goal. Indiana's bold future starts here. Discover more and register at ibj.com/engage.
An Evansville diner owner must pay $390,000 in back wages and liquidated damages to employees. IIB's Mark Mazurik has details.
In February, the U.S. Department of Labor filed a complaint in federal court seeking the award of back wages and damages to 44 employees working for Friendship Diner, LLC. The court issued an order on August 20th giving those back wages and damages. The complaint was filed after employees failed to resolve the findings of an investigation by the department's Wage and Hour Division. During its investigation, the division discovered the diner operated an illegal tip-sharing pool by requiring servers to return $10 in tips for each weekday shift and $15 for each weekend shift to management. The employers then kept the tips or used them to pay bussers hourly wages. The diner's owner, Bardhill Shabani, failed to pay the proper amount of overtime. He also didn't pay workers the federal minimum wage of $7.25 an hour and didn't keep accurate payroll records, the department said. In March, the Labor Department filed a request for a restraining order and injunction after discovering Shabani was harassing and threatening employees and was trying to coerce them into giving false statements to investigators. In addition to paying the $390,000, Shabani owes $10,000 in civil money penalties and is forbidden from all future violations of the Fair Labor Standards Act. In a statement to the Indiana Lawyer, Shabani said while he disagreed with much of the case, he is thankful to resolve it in such a way that mostly benefits current and former employees. I'm Mark Mazurik for Inside Indiana Business Radio.
A women's basketball team that reaches the Final Four of the NCAA tournament could bring its conference roughly $1.26 million over the next 3 years in financial performance rewards. In an email obtained by the Associated Press on Friday from the Indianapolis-based NCAA to its basketball committees and conference commissioners, a pay structure was outlined for the proposal that will give performance revenue to teams that play in March Madness. There will be $15 million awarded to teams in the first year of the fund, which is 26% of the women's basketball media revenue deal. That number will grow to $25 million, which is 41% of the revenue, by 2028. The 26% is on par with what men's basketball teams received the first year the program was established. All that's left for this to happen is the NCAA membership to approve it in a vote on January 15th. South Bend Mayor James Mueller is this week's guest on the Business and Beyond podcast with Gary Dick, presented by PNC, a weekly conversation with high-profile Hoosiers in business, sports and entertainment, and beyond. Available now from your favorite podcast provider. I'm Alex Brown for Inside Indiana Business Radio on Demand.